Hey, what's good? Welcome to the Rank Realm, the best show on YouTube. I'm Aces.
And I'm J72, and today we're talking about superpowers.
Alright, so anyway, superpowers. We all know that there's superpowers. There's Marvel, there's DC. Everybody's got their favorite, man. You might have been 4 years old when you first figured out that Spider-Man was your guy. Or maybe you've just been a big tough guy. Superman's all your thing. I mean, what you got? You got Silver Surfer, right? Oh, you got Superman. You got Superman.
Superman
Okay, okay.
glass. Hold on for the fans. Silver Surfer shirt. And
Oh,
wait for it. Wait for it. Silver Surfer surfboard.
I love it, man. I love it. I really do.
Suffice to say, I am a huge superhero fan. Massive. I mean, you can see all the just crap I've got behind me, all the comics. So I'm ready for this tier list. I'm excited. This is gonna be fun.
As you can see, Jacob has a bunch of superhero gear. My room, as you guys look behind my camera here, I've got a broken screen and a window. But I have ink, man.
You look like
I have
the villains. Ink. You look like the villains, and I look like the fanboys who's like idolizing the superheroes.
Bro, I love the Green Lantern so much I inked him into my arm.
That's fair. That is fair. That is fair.
Anyway,
well, everybody, yeah.
I'm also stoked.
Let's go ahead and get this tier list going. For you guys who haven't watched one of our videos, because we are brand new, welcome to the channel, the Rank Realm. Al, do you want to tell them real quick about our tokens and how those work?
Yeah, so over on the token side, we have some really cool ones. So first off, we have all of our bronze tokens. They're going to be right here, and basically those give you a rank down. Each of us can use each token one time during the tier list. Basically, if we decide, that Superman is a B tier,
then, yeah, but I'm like, no. He is definitely A tier. I can use my rank up token.
Exactly.
Conversely, we can use the rank down if we think it's C. So
yep. So basically, we have our three tokens.
Yeah, it's funny because we agree on a lot, but not everything.
We do have our special Hawaii, token as well. Hawaii, Jesus, man, place is not that cool.
Go watch the tier list. We get into it. But yeah, like to conclude this, like we were saying, the last token, the rank realm token, is a veto for anything. We can make something instead of just one tier up or one tier down. We can move it anywhere we want. If we really hate Hawaii, you can drop it in F, but I would put it up in S. But anyway, let's get into superhero, shall we?
I like it. I like it. All right, so we have, what is this, like 20-ish superpowers? So they're not going to be superheroes. They're going to be superpowers, because there's many superheroes between DC, Marvel, and just everywhere. I mean, the boys have like Homelander compared to Superman,
Yeah.
So we just wanted to compare the superpowers and see which one really is S tier, and which one's F tier.
Yeah, it's also going to make them a little bit more fun because, like, I see right here, the first one we're going to talk about is super speed. We get to talk about Flash. We get to talk about A-Train. We get to talk about Quicksilver, and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So we thought this would be a little bit more interesting to talk about the superpowers as a whole rather than just Flash or just Batman, which is still fun, but yeah, it's a little bit more broad. And of course, though, superpowers are endless, like the amount that people have thought of, right? So there's going to be some missing, and we might identify it. I bet Power Cosmic is not on there for Silver Surfer, so my S tier is already out, or not even on the list, I should say. But yeah, it should be. Oh, actually, the Energy Blast is on there. That's kind of it. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Shall we dive into super speed?
Let's do it. So super speed, I feel like that's an easy one, man. You got the Flash, you got Quicksilver, you have A-Train. Those are three of the coolest superheroes just imaginable. I mean, yeah, here, it's incredible.
On my screen, for each one of these, I'm going to Google superheroes with blank, right? So we can see kind of what we got. And they actually have Superman on here, which I guess is
he does have super speed, yeah.
I mean, Superman's, dude, he's a...
Bro, they got Sonic on there.
He's got everything. They do have Sonic the superhero. I like it. But yeah, the main ones I mentioned are up at the top, which makes sense. I don't know what Black Racer is. There's gonna be weird. Oh, Silver Surfer's on here. Technically, Silver Surfer does have super speed.
Okay.
In the sense of he moves way faster than you should.
Yeah.
Anyway, super speed I don't think could be anything lower than an A. Super speed is
I agree. I don't think it's S,
the,
but I think it's one of the best.
Yeah. Also, let's take a second to talk about this. I was thinking about this. How should we rank these? I
What do you
think they
mean?
should be
It's S and then A through F.
Well, I think it's a combination of how powerful it is and how useful it is. So something might not be extremely powerful, right? But it could be extremely useful and still make it an S tier. So I think we should rank them kind of a combination of both, which could go in some, complications down the line. But that's kind of my idea. Also, Al, I think S tier. Obviously, we need to re-edit it and make that the super tier. Because
I like it.
Super.
All right, super it is.
Give it a little One Piece super.
So
right. I think A tier or maybe even S tier, but I think dropping it an A for the start is good.
Okay, I don't think it's S. Maybe we'll move it up, but
yeah, I think if we're talking about the power side of things, I think it is S.
Me too, and it's also extremely useful.
The time travel nonsense that they can do, and yeah, it is extremely useful in the sense of like I want to read a book, and then
here's a question in Superman, one of the old movies or whatever, when he ran backwards and reversed the turn of the world, did he run or did he fly backwards?
I don't know. I think he flew. I think he flew around the planet.
All right, well then I can't make it S, man. Can't make it super.
Because it's flying.
all right.
I'm happy with it with A for now. That's a good spot for super speed.
Cool. Next up we have immortality.
Immortality. Okay.
This one's interesting, man.
Kind of useful, but also I've always said I don't want immortality. I think that would kind of suck. It'd be very sad. Like, yeah, you don't die, but you get to see everybody you ever know die. Think about you've seen Invincible, which is an amazing show, by the way, people. You need to go watch that if you haven't seen that. Invincible on Amazon, I think, or whatever. Anyway, there's that guy in it. I forget his name. Let's see. Invincible character with immortality.
What about
his name is like
Deadpool?
Immortalis or something.
Is he immortal?
Technically, yes, but that's because of his regeneration, which is also on this list. So we could talk about that later.
Okay.
But yeah, this guy's like really troubled, man, and like, like he's lived for so long, and like that's weighing on him, and so I definitely think that brings it down. Probably, I don't know. I might say C tier. It's useful.
I think C
obviously.
is kind of high. I don't think it's useful.
You think C's high? I'm actually.
Here's the thing. Hear me out.
Not bad.
Hear me out. Immortality does not mean that you can't get the crap beat out of you. It just means you can never die.
That's true.
He can get his beat to a pulp and be in a coma for 150 years.
Yeah.
And while the rest of his family dies, and he can be in excruciating pain, but he can't die.
You could still get shot in the head and die. I think.
Wow.
Well, I guess
it's immortality. You can't.
It will.
You just feel the pain, right?
This depends on character-specific immortality. Immortality could just mean you live forever, or it could mean you never die. Right. So I guess it depends on. Which
those are the same thing. I feel like.
Well, let me say this. One is you don't die of old age.
Yes,
the other one is you just can't die.
I always took it as you can't die, but I get what you're saying. All right. Considering that there might be two, I could do D. I was thinking E personally, but I can't do C.
Let's do D. Yeah, I think it's more useful than it is powerful for sure.
Okay.
But not compared to some of the other things we have on this list.
Okay.
What's next? Shape-shifting.
That's a fun one.
Shape-shifting. Superheroes with shape-shifting.
Here's the thing: there's different types of shape-shifting. There's you change into another person. There's also you change into animals.
Oh, look, they even have Miss Marvel on here. She shapeshifts her arms and stuff.
Yeah,
there is a lot. Mystique's the big one that I think of, and Beast Boy. These two are probably like the main one. Martian Manhunter as well from DC. Plastic Man too, in a way.
I guess.
And Mr. Fantastic. Well, I'm saying they're like the arm stretchy.
Well, in that case, I want Mrs. Incredible.
Mrs. Incredible, yeah. Yeah, she can be up there, yeah. Shapeshifting is, I think, it's pretty fun, and useful,
Yeah.
and powerful. Honestly, it's got a little bit of everything. I'm thinking B is jumping out for me for shapeshifting.
Here's the thing. I think that you
or
could,
maybe C because the power level's a little lower.
here's the thing. I think that you could shapeshift to make your power incredibly powerful. You could shapeshift your hand into a block of kryptonite to take down Superman.
Yeah, you can do Luffy Gear 3, just like
there you go. You as far as using it, it's incredibly useful because I can turn around and I'm late. I need to go to Japan. I just shapeshift into an airplane. I'm flying to Japan.
Yeah, I guess again.
Who's to say I can't?
Yeah. Well, I'm to say you can't, depending on your power level. Most of these shapeshifters turn into organic things, but yeah, technically, maybe your superpower.
All right, fine. I'm going to shapeshift into a bird.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's still going to take you weeks, but yeah, I get your point. I get your point. Yeah. What do you think of tier wise?
I'm thinking super.
Super.
I'm not even kidding.
Super tier. I don't know if I can let it go higher than B, if I'm honest.
B is where you cut off?
Yeah. I would have put it in C or B, honestly.
So you're good with B?
I'm okay with B. Yeah. Yeah. You might have to use a token or something to get that higher, though. I
am. I'm good with giving up super, but I'm using my rank up.
Super speed is very high to me, and it's chilling in A is going to be a standard for me. So getting superpowers in the super tier might be pretty hard for me personally with super speed in A. So
super speed's important, but I used my rank up. I brought it up from a B to an A.
Okay, early in the tier list, but
that's fine.
It's worth it. Shapeshifting. The main reason I think it's lower is the power level. Like, if you look at all these characters, right? Yeah. Beast Boy usually gets knocked out somehow. Like, he turns into an elephant, and the superpower guy just punches him, right? Mystique is more kind of like a spy, right? She uses like her abilities to trick and deceive, and not necessarily like just raw power. But their usefulness is up. So
yeah, fair enough. So. All right. Next up, we have pausing time.
Pausing time. Superheroes.
I personally think that's incredibly unuseful. I think if a bomb is about to go off, it helps. Otherwise, I'm just thinking about, like, sure, when you're fighting baddies, maybe you can get people out of there real quick, or you can go and like trip him or tie up his arms. But like, it from a non-superhero standpoint, I can't make money off this. I can't live my life off this. Well,
you could do a lot. I mean, you could like pause time and then write a book. You know what I mean? So I guess. I think usefulness is a little bit higher, but I do agree with you that the power level.
But then you end up dying early because you age so quick.
Yeah, true. You don't have immortality.
Yeah, that's you might spend 3 years of your time paused. Now you're 3 years older.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I've always thought that about Flash. He like does stuff, and I'm like, maybe old.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when I Google this here, the characters that can pause time, they're characters that you're kind of known for other things. Kang the Immortal is, I guess, a good one.
Yeah.
Cable is also a good one that is all focused
on
time. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. I think pausing time is I think it's probably D. It's probably the same as immortality. I think probably would be E as far as power level, but I do think it's a little useful.
How is it useful though?
I mean, besides the fact that you age,
that's like the whole thing.
You can pause. Well, look, if a battle starts, right, you got 5 villains and 5 heroes. The hero pauses time. He just walks over and he just defeats the villains, and then they're gone. And then and then he.
Yeah, but
it's like a cheat code.
But if he pauses time, walks over to Superman and punches him while time's paused 100 times, and then unpauses time, Superman doesn't even notice.
Yeah, but he probably wouldn't choose to punch Superman. He'd probably like grab the kryptonite, walk across the planet and get kryptonite from somewhere, and then walk it back, or I don't know. I agree, it's low tier.
I could give it D. I was thinking lower, but I'll give it D.
Yeah, D's fine, I think.
Underwater breathing.
Ooh, underwater breathing, like Aquaman.
Aquaman sucks, by the way. Just throwing it out there. I don't care what you guys think. Whatever the hell that guy's name is, Mimosa or
Dude, we'll
something.
have to do a DC tier list and a Marvel tier list because I have so much to say about like the heroes specifically. I do like Aquaman, but he's also one of the most like memed on
All he does is talk to fish.
heroes. He does have super strength. Nobody talks about that.
Yeah.
Supers with the power to
not that super.
Underwater. I misspelled it. It'll be fine. And the only one they show up is Aquaman. That's funny.
There's also the deep from
yeah, there's the deep.
Although the deep's a creep. So
there's also Namor.
Yeah.
Namor
okay.
is
Fair enough.
essentially Marvel's Aquaman in a way. Although I think he came first, if I'm honest. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong because Aquaman did come very.
I'm gonna quote you on that. Hey, if you're watching this, call him out.
No, my knowledge is being tested. Yeah, underwater breathing. I mean, it's useful, but it might have to roll with the meme of Aquaman here. We might have to give it like
E.
I don't know, man. Yeah, probably E.
Yeah, I don't think it deserves F, but it's definitely an E.
Yeah, I'm trying to like think what would be F, but I haven't pre-looked at this list honestly, so these are all gonna be.
You know what? I kind of want to make it an F.
I mean,
all you do is breathe underwater. You don't have the Aquaman abilities. You don't have super strength. You just have breathing underwater.
You could be really good at the Olympics.
You also can't. You could still be weak and swim slow.
That's
you
true.
Also can't talk to fish.
You're also
paddling. Like, yeah. I mean, you just breathe underwater. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So you basically just have gills.
F tier for fuck you, Aquaman.
Dude, it sucks. All right. Next up is laser vision.
Oh, you know what immediately comes to mind for
X-Men.
me? Nope.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Homelander, dude.
Oh, really?
He's just I mean,
that's the one you think of.
Well, just because the boys showed us such graphic details.
True.
Honestly, I should have been careful by googling Homelander to see if we got some guts and gore here that we can't show on YouTube. But a big one is Cyclops, obviously.
Oh yeah,
Cyclops is huge, and Cyclops is. I really like Cyclops. It took me a while to grow. He took a while to grow on me as far as a character I enjoy, just because he's kind of like. He's like the Captain America goody two-shoe guy, but when you really get into the deep of X-Men comics, he's now I'm talking too much more about the hero, not the ability, but he's really holds the group together, which is really cool. So I got high respect for Cyclops. His ability, though,
he would make a great welder.
It's just raw power, man.
He'd be a great welder. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, if you can pull back the laser, like Cyclops has a problem where it's like 100%, you know.
True, but Superman and Homelander can control it.
That's true.
Yeah, Homelander chooses not to, but they can.
Does definitely choose not to. That's for sure. Yeah, that's true. Superman has done like surgeries and stuff where he like.
Yep.
Yeah, like microscopic, really fine-tuned his laser vision. Yeah. Okay. Well, what tier are you thinking?
I think it's just kind of an average one. I would say C.
I think C's a good spot. I agree with that. It's middle of the road. Powerful, can kill. Kind of loses out on like usefulness and other aspects of life.
Yeah, and here's the thing: every time we think about these, I want to think about them. Imagine that's your only superpower.
Right.
You're not flying around using your laser vision. You just have laser vision.
Underwater is F.
Yeah, exactly.
To the bottom of the sea with you underwater.
Also, you still die from pressure.
Yeah.
Breathing underwater sucks.
Up to like 10 feet or whatever.
Yeah. You can still get the bends.
Yeah, we're just confirming that is definitely F tier.
Oh god.
All right. Energy blasts. All right, this is where I get to talk about Silver Surfer a little bit. Oh wait, you're chasing F tier? Basically.
How do you spell basically?
I think you had it.
That's not right.
Just right click it.
Basically.
Two L's. Basic ally. Basically a normie. Basically a normie. Sorry, Aquaman. Although Aquaman has super strength, I think he's F tier.
No.
Talk to fish.
I agree. He's a solid D tier.
Yeah. Okay, energy blasts.
Yep.
That's a lot of characters, man. Superheroes with energy.
Like what?
Oh, there's tons, man.
Really?
Captain Marvel, Thanos,
I guess they all do.
Adam Warlock.
Fair enough.
So a lot of the Marvel comics I read read pretty much all of them, right? Like the Avengers and Hulk and like stuff on Earth and whatever. But a lot of the stuff that I read that I've noticed not a lot of other superhero comic readers do read. I'm really into like the universe side of Marvel. So obviously Silver Surfer is my favorite guy, and Thanos is my favorite villain before they made him awesome in the movies. Just like to put that.
Oh,
in
you
there.
liked him before that?
I did.
Aren't you
I was a
just
hipster.
cool?
I was a hipster with Thanos, and I liked Thanos before it was cool. I'll say it. But yeah, but a lot of the Marvel Universal super beings, really, they have energy blasts of some degree, right? Nova's kind of fire, but it's like cosmic fire. Thanos is just like raw and cosmic energy, kind of like
fair
Silver
enough.
Surfer. And Captain Marvel is a good example too of just like cosmic power, really, and just energy blasts. So I think as far as like power level, energy blast is really high. I mean, it's up there with lasers, but probably like
Because it could be
a little bit
any
more.
energy blast. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump off of like the traditional superheroes, and I'm gonna look at Dragon Ball Z. You can blow up planets with a good energy blast.
True.
I mean,
true.
And it just depends on how much energy you have, you know?
Yeah,
So,
I guess energy blast power level is really tied to what type of energy blast you have, right? Like Captain Marvel is really strong, Thanos is even stronger, Silver Surfer is even stronger than that. But they're all the same, but it's like different power levels, right?
yeah.
Um,
And some people's power levels are, you know, in the thousands.
do I have to search up DBZ energy blast? Do they have a video for us to watch him going? How to repel Goku surfs on an energy blast? Yo, where's he do it? I want to see him surf. We're getting so off topic, but technically Dragon Ball Z
Look,
is
it's full of
superpowers.
energy blasts. Yeah.
Full of energy. Look
The
at him
Kamehameha
go.
way? Oh yeah, dude, look at that.
Doing a little bit of jukes. Hip, ha, huh, yeah. You can't dodge in midair. Yes, I can. I'm Goku. Okay.
All right. Anyway,
don't watch too much to get DMCA'd or whatever copyright claim, but where you
energy blast. I guess before we get into that, the usefulness outside of battle. I think it'd be great if you're a miner.
It's kind of the same as like lasers, if I'm honest.
I think it's better than lasers. I think it's a B.
Yes. Well, no, I was saying usefulness outside of battle is the same as lasers, but I do think it's energy blast is lasers, but a little bit better.
Yes.
So I'm happy with B.
Okay.
Yep.
Super senses.
Super senses. Okay, so that's kind of we're talking like Wolverine in a way.
Well, other people have it. Superman does super hearing, right? Does he have super sight?
Yeah. Let's see what Google says.
Homelander has super hearing.
Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Spider-Man, yeah, Spidey senses. That makes sense.
Yeah. Spidey sense. Wolverine's got his smell and his hearing, kind of like a enhanced animal.
Sabretooth.
What else we got? Wolverine, Superman, Supergirl, Black Panther. Yeah, he does have heightened.
Aquaman.
Everything. Mantis. These are like all.
A lot of people have it.
Most of them are Marvel. Green Lantern, interesting. Quasar. Yeah, so super senses, I think its usefulness is crazy high.
Yeah, I think so too.
Its power level is probably a little bit lower.
I don't think it is, because it may not be physically powerful, but it allows them to dominate the fight with their senses.
It's like they got gotta keep using One Piece as a reference here, but they got observation hockey.
Yeah, I guess the way I'm thinking of God damn it. I guess the way that I'm thinking about are two. Every time I think about one of these, I think about not necessarily power and usefulness, but I think about it inside and outside of battle.
Yeah.
And outside of battle, I think it's incredibly helpful. Inside of battle, I think it's incredibly helpful.
Yeah, you can catch all the trays. Let's see, Spider-Man.
When he catches all the trays.
Yeah, catching all the trays. You know that scene in the first? Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep. Actually, I don't know if we should play this video on YouTube.
No, they won't get us.
You all, the fans, know they've seen the straight.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, Mary Jane's like, what? So usefulness is off the charts. That's for sure.
What do you think?
What do I think? I'm thinking C or B. What do you think? Maybe convince me to nudge it one
I
way or
think
the
it's an
other.
A.
You think it's an A?
I think it's so incredibly useful inside and outside of battle. I think it's more useful than anything we've seen on here for outside of battle so far. And I think it is just as useful in battle. It may not be physically strong, but it allows you to dominate against your enemies.
So here's my thought, and I might have to pull the trigger here, just because of the way our rank realm works. I'm looking at A tier, and I think super senses is the same as shapeshifting, but not so super speed. So I would like to use my rank up token and get super speed to S tier.
And then what? Drop this in A?
Drop that in A. Yeah,
Okay.
super senses in A. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Super speed. There's time travel, time pausing. You can change reality in some situations. Like super speed is,
it's pretty bitchin'.
in a lot of ways, a little bit OP, and sometimes the strongest superpower of, like, Flash is arguably the most important and strongest entity in DC.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. It's like more power than Superman.
Flash is incredibly strong, and all he's got is speed. I mean, it's just
yeah. It's just how you use that, and it breaks, like, it literally breaks reality. Like,
and A-Train's my favorite superhero in the boys.
I would have to agree with that. I really like the Deep because he makes me laugh, but he's an asshole. But like,
Deep is a creep.
Every Deep scene makes me crack up. He's
him and his octopus, man. Oh, God! If you're over 18, you guys should go watch that show.
Yep. And if you're 17, probably not still.
All right. Next up is X-ray vision.
X-ray vision.
Yep.
I'm sorry. X-ray vision is gonna have to be pretty low, right? I mean, useful.
Well, you think about it, useful inside and outside battle.
You could be a top tier perv, so there's that.
I don't know if that's useful though.
Well, it's useful to the perv, nobody else. I mean, yeah, you could be a great surgeon, great detective. So I can see it being.
You can see what's in a mystery box before you buy it off a YouTuber.
Yeah, you can see what's in a Wonder Ball. But I'm thinking E, honestly. It's probably got a little bit more useful underwater breathing, but
I don't think in or out of battle it's useful at all. But you're right, it does beat breathing underwater. So I'm good with E.
Let's see real quick before we move on. Superheroes with X-ray vision.
I mean, there's a lot of them, but that's not their main power.
It actually literally just says Superman. Obviously, it's more, but I'm always curious to see.
Honestly, maybe it's not
Google's gonna show the well-known ones. You know what I mean?
Well, think about it. Name one other one.
Oh, Olga Mesmer. No idea who that is, but they were the first. Ultra Boy, who I've heard of, but don't know really anything about.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Now I think about it, nobody even has it.
It's kind of just tacked on to Superman, like his frost breath, right? He just also has it
exactly.
because he's Superman.
All right.
Yeah, he's fine.
Next up, we got super endurance.
Super endurance. Interesting. I wonder
how super is my endurance though. Does that mean like now I can run 3 kilometers?
Does this have to be S tier? I mean, it says super. Super speed, super endurance.
You think this is S tier?
No. I'm just saying it's got super in the name. No, super endurance. I mean,
I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's stupid too.
I think it's down there with underwater breathing.
It's usually just an add-on to like super strength, right?
Right.
Like if you have super, like Hulk, right? Hulk has super endurance, but it's because he's the Hulk. Superman has super endurance, but it's because he's Superman, right?
How super is this endurance though? Because monks train for 60 years to get super endurance.
I would imagine super endurance basically means you never get tired. Right. If we're thinking things to the extreme, right? If that's the strongest. So you would never get tired. You probably wouldn't have to sleep unless you wanted to.
Well, in that case, it's extremely useful outside of battle.
Yeah, but in battles, you ain't doing. I mean, you
can take a punch.
You're like a long distance runner. Well, you're not defensive.
Yeah, you can endure that punch. Does it give you defense too?
Well, you're still gonna get hurt. You don't have like
true. Yeah, that's a good point.
I just see it as like you're an Olympic athlete in anything physical. I would say it's feeling like E to me. I'm honest. Maybe D.
I think I want to put it in F. Yeah, E or D?
E. Let's do E.
All right, I'm gonna use my token. I'm ranking it down.
Okay.
It's better than underwater breathing. Not that we're
Sure.
sorting this way, but
Sure.
I don't think it's helpful at all. All right, next up. It's the one that a lot of people want as a kid. Flight.
I believe I can fly.
I
Flight
believe
is.
I can touch the sky.
I mean, flight is awesome.
Yeah, but how fast do you fly? Is it super speed flight, or am I just like cruising at the speed of a crow?
It would probably be as fast as the human body could go without.
So
like, your skin falling off.
Can I go 60?
You could probably go 60.
Do I have to wear goggles for when bugs hit me?
You probably would want to wear goggles, yeah.
The more I talk about it, I don't know if I want flight.
Yeah. You also got to be careful of like crashing into an airplane, because otherwise, like, I don't know. Like,
also, weather's a thing. You're out there in the sun above the clouds and shit, just getting burnt. And then
you
on a
don't have
rainy
super
day,
endurance either.
I live in Seattle, man. I'm just soaking wet 10 months of the year when I'm flying.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm thinking flight is a great addition on top of other superpowers, right? Like energy
Yeah.
blast from Silver Surfer also has. Well, actually, Surfer doesn't have flight. His board does, but anyway, I'm thinking it's probably C tier or D tier, simply because it's just flying, right?
I think there's better ways to transport, and at the end of the day, I just think that this is a way to transport. It's like taking the bus versus taking a train. One's better.
What are you thinking? F tier again?
No. I'm right there with you. C tier.
C tier, yeah, it's middle of the pack, I think.
Me too.
Its usefulness is pretty high, and even in a fight, even if you weren't super strong, you could make that work. You know.
This next one just proves why flight sucks. Portals. I can just teleport there. Walk through my portal.
Portals are cool, man.
It's true. They made 2.5 games
portals
for
are
it.
super useful. A lot of the time for example,
Yeah.
I'll use an example I know both of us are watching right now. My Hero Academia, that villain that has the portal, it allows the villain league to kind of go around and do anything they want. So the usefulness of portals, I think, is off the chart. And there's a lot of times in superhero stories where the portal characters are pretty integral and key to just the logistics of the world, right? Of like the hero team or the villain team. I think Nightcrawler, right? He's teleporting, but it's kind of the same concept.
All I'm gonna say is that without portals, you wouldn't have the orcs in World of Warcraft.
That's true. Damn it, Medivh! Yeah, so portals are good. Hold on, there's the X-Men with portals. What's this girl's name?
What X-Men has portals?
Is it Blink? Isn't what I was thinking of.
No,
there's a girl from
it has portals?
Yeah. I was just playing. I'm hoping it shows up on here. Brain fart. Maybe I'll think about it later in the video.
Yeah, no worries.
Get hung up on it. But yeah, she uses a sword and she cuts through reality, and it takes you into like another basically reality, and from there she can cut again and have an exit. So she enters into a room and exit.
What do you
mirror room?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you consider a portal? Because in One Piece there's that mirror guy. You go into the mirror and then you can quickly travel to any other mirror in the world and hop back out.
Yeah,
it's kind of like in Minecraft traveling into the Nether.
Yeah, I would say as far as One Piece goes, she is making the mirror a portal.
Okay,
yeah. So anything that you can go through into somewhere else, it would be a portal. I'm thinking B for portals.
I think it's pretty important.
Yeah, I think it's pretty powerful. It loses out in a fight, but that character I'm talking about with the sword, she uses her portals in combat, right? She'll like push somebody through a portal and have him appear above somebody else, and then he falls on the other guy, and she takes out two guys with one thing. And all she did was shove, you know?
Here's the thing, you're about to be killed, right? You're gonna lose this fight. You just make a portal under yourself and you're gone. I think it's A tier.
A tier or B tier? Energy blasts, super senses. Yeah, okay, you're kind of convincing me.
You
Let's
good
put
with
it
A
A.
tier?
Let's put it A.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think portals are A.
I think it's pretty important.
I think if anything, its usefulness is top of the charts, pretty much. And its power level isn't too much lower. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy with A. A is cool.
Cool.
All right, what's next? Oh, regeneration. We be regenerating.
All right, Logan.
Yeah, superheroes with regeneration. Deadpool, Wolverine, Hulk. Those all
Does
come to
Sabretooth
Monday.
have regeneration?
Yep, Sabretooth. Sabretooth is pretty much carbon copy of Wolverine. He just doesn't have the blades,
Yeah,
basically.
he's
That's the
just
only thing.
bigger.
Yeah, he's a little bigger. He's much bigger, actually. Wolverine's really tiny. Flash's regeneration, interesting.
Really?
Yeah, Superman, of course, because he's Superman.
Yeah, of
I didn't
course.
know Mystique
Superman has
did either.
everything. That's
Interesting.
interesting.
Juggernaut. Yeah, a lot of like the super strength guys do just because it's like
Yeah,
it's
because you
they
get beat up.
yeah, you get beat up
You
and it's like,
punch through
oh,
a
it's going
cement
nowhere.
wall, you get hurt. You got to regenerate it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking honestly, like it's super helpful. It depends on how fast you regenerate, but I still feel like it's a support type thing. It's like a B or a C. It's not like an X-ray vision, you know. It's way better than that, but
it depends on how you use it, right? So like Wolverine doesn't necessarily use his regeneration to fight, but it allows him to continue fighting.
yeah.
Whereas Deadpool kind of does use his regeneration to fight. Like he doesn't care if he gets hurt and he like uses that. There's even a scene, I think he fights Wolverine and he stabs Wolverine, or maybe it's not Wolverine. Maybe I'm misthinking. But anyway, he could take a sword and stab it through his gut to kill a guy behind him because he like doesn't care.
Yeah, because he doesn't care.
Know?
He knows he'll grow
Yeah.
back.
And then we also have the thing where regeneration, in a way, is immortality, and it's immortality in a different way than the other immortality we were talking about. This regeneration is immortality in the sense that your body never dies. You grow old, but to a point you don't, right? Like Wolverine has
I would argue
slower aging.
I would argue that it's not immortality because a lot of them it's if you'll regrow from even a single atom. All I have to do is destroy every atom in your body.
True.
If I destroy every atom, if I vaporize them, they're dead, right?
I think so, although
can Deadpool die that way?
I don't think he can.
Well, that's because of death and everything, but that's all.
Yeah, Deadpool's got way more specific stuff where he goes to the realm of death and he's actually courted death, which makes Thanos really mad, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it's a whole story.
I love that interaction. It's so funny. All right, well, tier list wise, regeneration. I mean, it's got to be at least D with immortality, but I'm thinking C on average, B if we start thinking like what Wolverine and Deadpool do with it.
I could put it in B. I think it's pretty important.
I'm happy with B. It's useful as hell. Like you're getting through fights with it. That's for
Stretching. Sure. Stupid. Screw you, Mr. Fantastic and Mr. Plastic. And Mrs. Incredible.
And Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Superheroes with stretching powers. There's also Mr. Plastic.
Yep. Oh, I mentioned him.
Yeah, there's a lot in Mr. Plastic. He's so funny.
No, yeah, Plastic Man, right?
Plastic Man. Yeah, you're
yeah.
Right. Elastic powers.
Yeah, three.
There's a
a
girl, Miss Fantastic. Yeah, so I don't know. These powers are always useful, but they're never.
Yeah, they're useful if you have to navigate around lasers to hit a button.
Yeah, they're never the strongest heroes either, and a lot of them are paired with other powers. Like Mr. Fantastic is, he's stretchy, but his arguably better power is his intelligence and whatnot. Miss Marvel also has like some cosmic powers going on, so it's not just stretching. And in the Miss Marvel MCU, they actually changed it, so like she doesn't stretch; she has like her cosmic bangles or whatever. They really changed her character. Not for the worst, but they just changed her. So I think if we're just talking stretching, I don't know, kind of C with flight. It's like is useful. I mean, it would be super handy to like close a door and open a door.
I was thinking more towards D, but I can do C if you're If you're feeling that. I guess I'm looking at D. It's higher than immortality. It's with flight. You're right.
It's with flight and laser vision.
I'm good with C.
It's a good superpower, but it's nothing crazy.
Yeah, I'm good with C. Photosynthesis, my favorite superhero.
Yeah, this is what we were laughing at when we quickly glanced at this list, and I was like, photosynthesis? Like what? You just get energy from the sun? Like why is that? This doesn't say plant manipulation because that's on the list too, isn't? Yeah, plant manipulation is later on the list. So this doesn't mean.
Oh, so I can't like grow vines.
No, I think photosynthesis
power from the sun.
Literally means you can just walk outside for your breakfast.
To be fair,
which would be cool.
You get photosynthesis is you generate energy from the sun.
Yeah.
Meaning Superman has photosynthesis.
In a way, in a way I can't argue that.
Can we just say this is basically a normie? This is stupid.
It is pretty stupid unless what you're saying is you have super photosynthesis. And then I might say it's E.
Yeah, but I live in Seattle. It's cloudy.
Yeah, but if you have super photosynthesis, any amount of the sun you could use, you know.
I think X-ray vision is significantly more important than photosynthesis. I think breathing underwater might be more important than photosynthesis.
I'm happy with that at normie. That's fine with me.
All right, resurrecting the dead. You could be a necro, man. That's actually bitching. That's pretty cool.
Superheroes with the power to raise the dead. I don't even know what Google's gonna say here. Khonshu.
Who the hell is Khonshu?
Khonshu is crap. What's his name? Moon Knight. Khonshu is. I didn't know he had the power to raise the dead. Oh, that's gonna be a boring article. Khonshu is in Moon Knight. He is the Egyptian god that gave his powers to Moon Knight. But yeah, I didn't know.
Hear me out.
I didn't know that was his power.
Coolest character in Diablo 3 and Diablo 2.
So we're just going straight to Marvel or BattleNet content.
I mean, maybe don't take that into consideration, but Necros are pretty bitch and they're pretty cool.
Raising the dead, I don't think is a very superhero thing to do.
But we're not judging superheroes, we're judging superpowers.
Yeah, if you're just talking about usefulness and strength, it's pretty up there. You yourself are just a normie human.
Yep.
But you can get an army to surround you. So it's, pretty good in that regard.
I can take over the world with an army of the dead. Just saying. Yeah. Pinky in the brain. Yeah, Pinky in the brain wish they had it.
What tier are you thinking for this one?
Honestly, I think it's above C. I think it's actually a really cool superpower, but I don't think it's an A. I was leaning B.
I was leaning C, so maybe we can figure out where we want to put it between those.
I think it's better than flight and stretching and laser vision. I think those are just kind of normal. I think you can actually fight and you can take over the world with it. I don't think it's a superhero.
No, it's only a villain. It's definitely a villain power.
But I think it's an incredibly useful supervillain power.
Okay. I'm happy with B. The only thing I'm getting tied up on is you yourself as the person. You don't have you're just a dude, right? So
No, hear me out. And again, I'll probably be a villain if I have this.
What, are you gonna raise yourself?
No, I was gonna say slave labor in a factory for my daytime job. So it's incredibly useful outside of battle.
Yeah, you can get a bajillion zombies to do your bidding. I'm just saying, in a battle, if the stretching guy shows up next to the necro guy and the necro guy doesn't, his zombies get destroyed, he's just a dude. And then
but if they get destroyed, can't he just raise them again?
Yeah, but I mean, they're just zombies. They're the lowest tier henchmen. They're stupid, they're slow. Well, I guess depending on the zombies you have, there's some fast zombies, but that's getting to the zombie lore.
Here's the thing though. If you have this as a superpower, you raise all the strongest dead villains and dead heroes.
Okay.
Do they come back with their superpowers?
Depends.
All right, where do you want to put it? C or B? I'll go with whatever you're happy with.
I honestly, I think C.
All right, I'm putting it on this side. C.
Top
Doesn't matter,
C,
but I'm still doing it.
It's a B minus. It's a C plus.
Okay, I could do that. Weather control. Yeah. Stupid.
Weather controls. No.
I don't think Storm's that great. Just saying.
I mean, it gives you access to minimum electricity powers, which it also gives you. So
is electricity weather?
Here's where I get hung up on weather control.
Or is that elemental?
Well, if you can control the weather, then you can make any sort of weather. So
I guess you have lightning.
You can do lightning. You can do. You can cause tsunamis in the ocean. You can cause earthquakes. You can.
Okay.
You know, you got a
gentle breeze on a hot day.
Yeah, I'm biased on this one because throughout my life, I have thought of superheroes forever. I'm obviously, look around me, a huge superhero fan. Yeah. And in high school and early days of college, I would actually write superhero stories. And so I wrote my own universe, right, with multiple villains, multiple heroes. And a lot of them were based off of me and my friends and what we would want. And so I kind of gave people their own superhero, right? And in that, I made myself and my character, and what the superpowers I would always want would be control of 2 of the 4 elements. So I would love to control water and air, which is essentially weather control at a minimal level. And because of this, I have thought really in depth about the power strength of, I'm actually looking on the list here. Air manipulation and water, earth, and fire are all on this list.
Yeah.
Air manipulation is OE if you can actually do everything with air. I'm talking remove the oxygen. I'm talking remove it altogether, right? Like so there's just no air and now they're in a vacuum, right? You can change, if you can change the temperature of air, now you have heat and cold, and so you can freeze people with cold air, stuff like that. So that's just me thinking really, really in depth about that specific power. And weather control, in a way, is kind of very similar to these manipulations on this tier list.
Yeah, fair enough.
We're going to get to. So I might rank it a lot higher.
What do you think?
But I do think it's extremely powerful. Weather control, I would probably say, is A. It's up there with shapeshifting and super.
Really, I was thinking B.
Yeah.
A, huh?
A, yeah.
Now that you've explained it, I'll go with that. I'm good with that.
Like you could, yeah, with air control. I mean, yeah, weather is more like storm, not necessarily air manipulation. So maybe weather specifically is B, and then when we get to air, that's A. But
okay,
that's kind of my thought process on that.
This next one's dope. Super luck.
Super luck is sick. I'll say straight up, I think it's A tier.
I think it's S tier.
I would put it S, but super luck you have no direct control over.
But characters, it's always gonna be good. No matter what happens to you, it'll be good.
Yes, but that's just you. So your allies might not, your luck might not extend to them, and things might still go bad around you.
Yeah, but I'll be fine.
You are fine. Yeah. Superheroes with super luck. Wasn't there a character in The Boys that had it?
Was there?
Maybe not The Boys, maybe something else. Let's see. Superheroes with super luck.
Domino.
Yeah, Domino is the Marvel Universe one.
Yep.
Doesn't she mess? I don't know about her too much, but doesn't she mess with the connection with Cable? Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't she mess with X-Men? So she's like, yeah, X-Force and stuff like that. Domino. Cool.
I think it's super. I mean, you think it's A?
I think it's A. I do think it's A.
I think I'm gonna use my token.
I'm trying to look past this list to see what else would be S.
I'm gonna use my token then.
You're gonna rank it up?
Yep. I'm gonna use my, not rank up, I'm gonna use my rank realm token.
Oh, okay.
It's the only one I got left. You have a rank down and a rank realm left. I am now out of tokens, actually.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm not mad with that change.
You know what? I'm pushing it to here even.
I
used my token. I used my token.
Now it doesn't matter within the lines, but that does make me a little upset.
All right. Next up, let's just roll through all 5 of these in one conversation.
Oh, including plant?
Yeah, fuck it. Throw all 5 in. They're manipulations together.
Okay, well, like I said, air manipulation I think is incredible. I would drop that in A.
Water though, it's the same thing. Whereas you can suck the air out of somebody's lungs, water you can blood bend.
Yeah, you can blood blend. Yep. Yeah, water and air I think are the strongest. Fire is. Here, I'll just rattle through it. I think air and water are A. I think fire is B, and I think earth is C. I think they are all very strong.
See, I think earth is better than fire.
You do.
Yep. I think
fire
earth is manipulation of the entire ground around you, the entire environment. Plants are just growing in the dirt.
But you're useless in the air. And
are you? You just raise up a mountain under you.
Okay, what about space?
There's asteroids.
You just like pull an asteroid in.
I'm just saying.
I can see a villain being like, "What are you gonna do up here, Earth man? You have no land." And he's like, "Land is all around us." And he just like pulls the asteroid into the other guy. Yeah, that's a fair point. In that case, Earth and Fire on B, I'm happy with. Or sorry, Earth and Fire at C, water at B, air at A.
What about plant? I think it's E.
Plant.
I think plant sucks. The best thing you got is vines.
Yeah, I'm happy with plant at E.
All right.
I mean, Poison Ivy's done some crazy stuff with it, but most of what we see plant manipulation is oh, you just ignored everything I said, but okay.
What? No, you said air and water. Did you say A or B?
I said air at A, water at B,
oh,
fire at C.
I can't have that.
You think this?
Oh, at C. I heard these two one lower. I could drop them to C. I could be down for that.
Yeah, earth and.
But I don't think water's lower than air in any way. I know you think that an airbender is the strongest bender. I think hands down a waterbender is.
I'll let it slide because, like I said, my brain is biased to air. I've thought about it. Well, I guess my character has air and waterman.
Waterbender's the coolest bender, man. I stand by it.
We should do a super fast tier list about the four bendings.
Well, we can throw in sandbender, swamp bender, bloodbender.
Yeah, I'm okay with it with water at A.
All right.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'd put it at B, but I am happy with it at A. What's next? Telekinesis. Superheroes with
Professor X.
Telekinesis. Yeah, Professor X and I spelled that way wrong. Jean Grey is the big one I think of. Martian Manhunter too. Yeah, Doctor Strange in a way.
What about Magneto?
Magneto doesn't have telekinesis though. He has metal manipulation, and so
yeah, but he's doing it with his mind, right?
Yeah, he's telekinetically manipulating metal, but telekinesis is just like telekinesis is the force.
Actually,
basically.
No. Telekinesis is just talking through your brain because you have things like pyrokinesis that would be using your brain to make fire. So using your thing to move things, is that telekinesis?
Don't get telepathy and telekinesis.
Yeah, you're right. So it is the force, basically.
Mind reading.
It's not the full force, it's just the force push and force pull, basically.
Yeah, you can force diagonal and force side and yeah.
Force rotate.
Yeah, I mean, if you look here, the big characters are the ones I was mentioning. They actually have this guy, the Manhattan guy. I forget his name.
Dr. Manhattan,
I think. Yeah, but he can do everything though. He's crazy.
Yeah, he's insane.
I guess technically he does have telekinesis. Yeah, telekinesis is cool. I'd probably give it B or C. The thing that gets me hung up on it is I think in combat, right, a lot of telekinetic people do like force barriers or whatever, but that's I don't know. I guess does Jean Grey have energy? How's Jean Grey doing that? No, I'm thinking about it.
I don't know. Does she have telekinetic powers? Or does she have like energy powers?
Well, Jean Grey's got some crazy. I mean, she's got the Phoenix Force.
Yeah, Phoenix shit.
She's kind of an odd example.
Well, I could go for C. I don't think it's B.
Yeah, I think C because it's just telekinesis. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Self-multiplication. This goes back, I think, to the same argument that you made for resurrecting the dead. Except for maybe worse, because I'd assume every time they kill one of your clones, you get a little weaker. It's a chunk of you.
Dude, I'm realizing I cannot spell when I'm like talking, and that doesn't help out with this. Superheroes with self-multiplication. The first thing I think of is the girl from Invincible, which, spoilers alert for everybody. Skip 20 seconds ahead if you don't want spoilers for this. But also you're caught up, right, Al, with Invincible? Hello?
Are you done?
Did I
Are you
lose
done? No, I took off my headset. I didn't want spoilers.
Oh, I was asking you if you had spoilers. All right, forget the spoilers. I'm not gonna bother with spoilers. But there's a character that multiplies herself in that show.
Yeah,
and it's really cool how she gets away with things. I'll just say that with no spoilers.
in Gen V, they had that girl that multiplied herself too, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was actually pretty useful.
Yeah, it's very useful. And if you take, so say your clone A, right? You make B, C, D, E, F, or whatever. Make them go do the stuff. You just chill, right? So your main person could stay safe. And they have to find that main person to kill you. So it's a roundabout immortality in a way. Or not immortality, but
yeah, they gotta kill Jacob Alpha.
Yeah, you got to kill the alpha to like finish it for good, which has a lot of survivability. Its usefulness is crazy because you can kind of like the necromancer guy. You could just make a bajillion or whatever. I think it's pretty useful, man. It's pretty good.
Where do you want to stick it then? I don't have too much of an opinion on this one.
Self-mess. Either C or do we think it's B? Well,
I don't think it's B. You're not strong. It's just 7 of you.
That was the
Listen, man, I've gotten a little heavier since college. Like, just because there's 7 of me doesn't mean I can catch the bad guy. You know? Now it's just 7 of us getting tired running after the guy.
Yeah, fair enough. C is fine. A lot of C, which makes sense.
Telepathy. Telepathy. Yeah, this is talking.
That is Professor X.
That is basically a normie.
Yeah. Telepathy heroes.
All you do is talk to people. Good for you.
Some telepaths can
fry your brain.
Can really mess with your brain. Yeah. So it really depends on if telepathy is literally just reading minds and talking through minds. If it's that simple, then it's just kind of like useful for spy tactics, right? And just kind of like gaining knowledge or whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's actually mind control and like you can put people to sleep or whatever, like Professor X, when he does telepathy, he like takes them into like another world, right? And it always cuts, whether it's comics or movies or whatever, you see him in like a whole different area talking to them, and it's supposed to be like in their mind, right? And in that sense, he can really mess with people. So I think we probably should consider telepathy to include mind control and stuff like Professor X and stuff like that.
Yeah, fair enough.
And if that's the case, I think I want to put it B.
I could do B. Just because you're right, you can totally screw somebody's mind.
Yeah, you can shut off the strongest superhero.
While we're on this talk, next up is mind control.
Oh. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, if mind control's on this list, then I want to drop telepathy to basically a normie. Because then you're just talking to people.
I would put it at E. Not F.
It's better than super endurance?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is.
I'll let it go. Mind control. You want to do that as a B then?
Mind control's at B. Yeah. Okay, mind control's at B.
Teleportation. This is like portals, only you don't have to open a portal. Here's the downside. I don't think it's as good as portals because can you teleport others? A portal, you open up a portal and people can walk through.
Yeah, well, there's different rules to teleportation in all the different heroes. Nightcrawler, for example, has to have seen in the past the area.
That's a good point.
So he can't teleport to anywhere he's never seen. I think he can see a picture and then teleport to it. But he has to have seen it. Oh, magic. This is who I was thinking of with the opening the portals. Hold on. Magic. I just want to show her off because when we were talking about opening portals. So she does kind of teleport, but she does it through portals. Yeah, she's got like the sword and she cuts through So anyway, this is who I was talking about with that I could remember her name, and she's related to Midnight Suns and X-Men and stuff like that. But yeah, heroes with teleportation, specifically, Nightcrawler's got to be the biggest one.
Oh yeah, hands down.
And
what
Blink,
about
who's Blink?
What about Nightcrawler's dad?
Nightcrawler's a super dad.
Oh my god.
I don't know about Nightcrawler's dad.
Nightcrawler is the kid of Mystique, and who's Nightcrawler's dad? Who is
Nightcrawler history or parents? Nightcrawler's biological parents.
There it is.
Mystique and like a demon or something? Wait, this shows 2 women. Is he a love child of 2 women?
No, no, Azazel, Azazel.
This says in 2023, X-Men Blue Origins revealed that his parents were actually Mystique and her wife Destiny. Mystique having shape-shifting into a male form to conceive him. Okay.
Interesting. In 2000, so that overrides my childhood. In 2003, he was given a father.
Oh, so they like retconned it or whatever.
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Well.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, teleportation. I think if we assume it's as strong as it possibly can be, and you don't have to see, you just have to like think of it and know of it. I would say B or C. The only downside of teleportation is one mess up, one wrong teleport, and you teleport into a wall, or you teleport into a person you didn't expect to be there, and you kill both of them. Like teleportation is extremely high risk. It's basically portals with way more risk.
Portals is A tier. I don't think this is above C. I think portals are way better.
I'm happy with C. C is it's useful but not great. So, yeah.
Cloning.
Isn't cloning just...
No, you can clone other things.
Oh, I guess you can clone other... Okay, well, we put self-manipulation at... Where did we put it? Oh, it said C.
Also, it doesn't say you have to clone people.
B, then.
Can I clone $100 bills?
Now you're thinking. Time is money. I'd probably say B, then. I mean, if it's got to be at least what self-manipulation was,
I'm good
if not
with B.
Better. Yeah, I mean, it's literally the same, but more.
Yes, I'm good with B.
Yeah. Unless you're just like knowledgeable on cloning.
You have to like start with the test tube.
Yeah, like you have the concept, but you got to like do all the work with the labs, and then it's like not as good. But yeah, we'll assume it means like you can just touch something and clone it.
Life creation.
Life creation.
If you're a mom.
Yeah, so every woman.
You go ahead and rank
this is almost like Big Mom status, right? Like you're like, you can give like a tissue box life, and then it starts hopping around, right? That's pretty crazy. I mean, if resurrecting the dead, we put C because
I think it's better than
an army of stuff. Yeah, it's got to be better than that.
I don't think it's A. I think it's B.
I'm happy with B. Yeah, because you yourself aren't super powerful, right? You're just creating an army, but this army is whatever you want, right? Could you make the earth have life? You just put it in the ground, now the world is like yours.
Gaia is a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you make Gaia.
Invisibility, we're back to the pervert ones.
Back to the perv one. This is gonna be ST. No, I'm just kidding.
It's Jacob's secret wish for superpowers.
Oh no. Invisibility is probably... I feel boring just saying C again, but I mean...
I think it's D. I think it's there with immortality and pausing time. You're invisible, but like... Yeah. I think it's even worse than like stretching.
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Let's put it D. So I'm realizing I have 2 tokens left.
By the way, I want to make a new rule after this video.
What?
At the end, you can't use any tokens.
Nah.
I want to force us to use our tokens throughout the video.
I disagree. Let us know in the comments what you think, but I like the idea that we can look at the end product and be like, all right, what do I disagree about?
All right, what about you can use one at the end after this video?
We'll talk. All
right, fine. Use your damn tokens. What do you want to rank down? What do you want to rank down?
What do I want to rank down?
Do you want to bring underwater breathing down?
Get it off the list. That's funny. Let's see. Give me a second. What do I think is not great? I mean, I think our list is pretty good.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I think solid. I know what you're gonna do.
Let me bring Energy Blast up to A simply for Silver Surfer rep.
Okay.
That'll be my my rank realm token.
Okay.
And then what don't I like? I could be mean and bring your water down, but I actually agree with it at A. I could also counterpick your super luck, but I won't.
I thought you were gonna take it and shuffle it down back super speed. Nah,
I actually do think super luck could potentially be the strongest thing in the world, right? I mean, it just depends on the confines of the comic or the movie or the universe that you're in and how that luck works. But a lot of these we've been talking about them at their strongest. And so super luck at its strongest, yeah, technically everything you would ever want would work, right? So
yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's move invisibility down because in My Hero Academia, the girl who's invisible hasn't done anything.
I mean,
she hasn't done any. Yeah, she hasn't done anything.
E are basically a normie.
E. You're not a normie because you're invisible. But
useless.
She doesn't do anything, and I've been wanting her to like do cool stuff.
Even when she does use her power, she has to get naked to use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm happy with moving that down.
All right. Hey, well, that was fun. We got super luck and super speed on the top. I like it. Underwater breathing, it sucks. And photosynthesis is garbage.
Yep.
Anyway,
but you can have your breakfast just by going outside, unlike our next tier list, which is going to be all about cereals. You like that segue?
I did. Clean.
Sweet segue.
Yeah, super clean. they should make you a YouTuber.
I know, right? Anyway, guys, that is going to be this tier list, the super tier list of superheroes. Like we just said, the next week is going to be all about cereals, Kellogg's, and I mean, it's going to be mainly Kellogg. Let's be real, but there's a bunch of crunch. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on that list, and so that'll be fun for us to just talk about, and I hope you guys enjoy that as well. If you haven't seen our other videos, because we just started as a channel and YouTube is slowly pushing out our videos in the algorithm, we've already made one about the 50 states of America, as well as our take on a bunch of YouTubers. We picked out a bunch of YouTubers we like, dislike, and just kind of chatted about them for a while. So you might find some new YouTubers there in that video. If you're interested, go check that out. But that is going to be the end of this video. And you got anything left for the people, Al? Any super comments left to say?
No. That's all I got.
I always throw it to him and he's just like, nope, bye.
You always put me on the spot. Anyway, if y'all are trying to watch that States video, it was a lot of fun to do, man. And it's actually right here, so, click on it. Bye.
Have fun, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.